Hi guys. So it's been probably about a little over a month since I last filmed or uploaded a video, and I've been getting some questions like, where are you? I'm missing your videos, that sort of thing. And so I thought I'd just do a little chit chat, get ready with me, because I have to go out today and let you know a few things and what's been going on and where I've been and all that good stuff. So it'll probably be a little bit of a longer video than normal, so get a cup of tea, get comfy, sit down, and let's get started. I'm actually really nervous, which is so ridiculous, but when you haven't filmed for like such a long time, it's really hard to film again. But anyway, if you make videos and you've had a long break, you know what I mean. Anyway, so I'm going to start with my primer today. I always wear primer, so I'm using my Max Factor Face Affinity primer, which is fantastic for oily skin. It's quite a tacky feeling primer. Leaves your skin quite tacky, so it really grips onto the foundation. And then on my pores, I'm just going to use a little bit of the NYX pore filler. So where do I start? Life has been pretty crazy for Tim and I this year. We built our first home, became homeowners for the first time, and you know, there's a lot of learning that happens with that, a lot of change, a lot of bank appointments. Stop shaking. My legs are shaking. This is ridiculous. And kind of what comes with moving into a house is, especially where we are, where we built our house, prior to it was just like vacant farmland. So there's no like landscaping whatsoever, no trees, none of that. And the soil at our place is like 90% clay. So if you've seen our move-in vlog, you will know what I mean. This is what our front door looks like at the moment. Look at that. I'm just gonna prime my eyes as well using my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. Such a long name. So yeah, once you do move in, there are all these things, that pop up, and it's things that require money. And it seems to be never, just a few $100s. It's always like, $1,000, $2,000, and, it's difficult to get used to from renting for, our married life, which has been for 4.5 years, to owning our own house and, paying a mortgage and, having to pay thousands of dollars to build a fence and put in a driveway. It's different. Foundation, I'm going to use a concoction. I very rarely use like one single product for my foundation as of late. So first I'm going to use my Benefit High Beam just for a bit of a glow, and mix together my Revlon Color Stay and my Physicians Formula Super BB Insta Ready cream. So getting used to all those, lifestyle changes, not having as much money and that sort of thing. And I mean, it's been incredibly like rewarding to like this week we bought roller blinds. Like I have a blind back there now, which means I can actually film properly in this room without having, ridiculous light pollution. But I was so excited to buy blinds. But things like that, that costs a couple $100 just for, a few blinds, not even blinds for the entire house. So I just need to think when I do my little concoction. Otherwise, I will put in way too much highlighter base, and then my foundation will just be a massive glowing thing. So yeah, getting used to all those changes has been difficult. Also, you know, I'm looking for more work because currently I just work 2 days a week, and we would really like benefit more from me working full time. And where we live, it's, you know, it's very hard to come across. So I'm in that stage where I'm, you know, looking for more work and applying for jobs, and, you know, I'm not the most confident person and applying for jobs is quite daunting. Gonna use my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I had to buy some new ones. I bought them off iHerb. First time I've ever ordered anything off iHerb. Great experience. So cheap. Oh my gosh. So I got like 4 of these for like $24 or something. Whereas here in Australia, we pay like, I think it's like $16 just for one. So I was pretty stoked about that. Where is I up to? Oh yeah, so I'm in the process of applying for jobs, and, you know, change is scary, and all that sort of things going on. What else has been going down? I've had some family sicknesses. Family which is, you know, quite important to me, like my mum and my auntie. I don't want to say too much, you know, to protect their privacy and everything. But back in July, fortunately I was with my mum when it all happened. But something happened where I was with her, and I was the only person with her where I had to call the ambulance. And it was pretty serious. It was pretty darn serious. I would almost go as far to say that it was life or death serious, which is, you know, pretty darn scary when you've never been in that situation before. You know, you've never been like the person to call 000 or 911 if you live in the States. And it was absolutely terrifying. I was scared out of my wits. I'm just so glad that I kind of knew what to do in that situation to an extent. And I'm just so grateful that the ambulance call center lady that I spoke to was so nice and so calming, because I was flipping out. I was flipping out, that's for sure. So that was back in July, and so ever since then we've been dealing with, you know, doctor's appointment and tests and that sort of thing. Like, that's what Mum and I are doing today. I'm taking her to some more tests. If you are a actual, like, real life friend of mine or my mum's, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, just ring Mum and just, you know, talk to Mum about it. Because you're probably like, what the heck's going on? But I think most people know anyway. So I'm just going in with a bit of concealer. This is my CoverGirl and Olay concealer. But that happening back in July kind of really rocked my world and changed things quite a lot. And then around the same time, my auntie, who I'm also very close to, had some health issues, quite scary, you know, serious health issues as well, where she had to go to hospital. And it's really hard doing your makeup when you cry. Yeah, so my auntie also had, you know, health issues, and, you know, my mum and my auntie are like the two, you know, important female figures in my life. So, you know, seeing these things happen to them is really, really upsetting. Underneath my eyes, I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I still haven't found a concealer that I like more than this one. Still my favorite after so many years. Just popping a bit of that under my eyes. When you have, you know, family members who are struggling you want to be strong for them, and you want to, appear, like the strong one. So that's what I was trying to do for my mum and my auntie. And doing that, you kind of forget about yourself and forget that you're struggling too. You're going through difficult times as well. But you don't want them to see that, you don't want them to worry about you, basically. You just want them to focus on themselves getting better and feeling good about themselves. And I kind of forgot about myself. It hasn't been like all of a sudden, oh crap, I've forgotten about myself, sort of thing. It's kind of been a slow crash and burn. You probably think I'm weird because I'm laughing about these things, but you gotta laugh sometimes. A little bit of powder to set my concealer. This is the NYX HD finishing powder. It's just translucent. Really good, nice powder. It's really what's the word I'm looking for? It's really velvety and smooth and finely milled, and it looks really good on the skin. I think my skin might be getting less oily, guys, which is fantastic. I love my skin to be more normal than oily. Because I'm finding I don't need to use as much powder. Let's go into brows. I'm still loving my Chi brow pomade. Still loving that. I'm using a different brush though, because my normal eyebrow brush was dirty. So I pulled out this one here. If you can kind of see that. This one is by Zoeva. It's the 3T2 brow line brush. It's quite short bristles and they're very dense, and I don't know, I just like it. It's just been doing a good job for my brows. So that's kind of been the main thing why I've been away from YouTube, and then also just feeling completely uninspired. Like for the majority of this year, I've been feeling just completely uninspired, and it's a struggle to film. It's a struggle to edit. I think a lot of YouTubers are going through this stage because we're constantly almost like trying to come up with the next best thing, like create the most interesting, different video. Alright, we'll leave it at there. Once they've dried, I tend to go back and just kind of, mess up the line so it's not as harsh, if you know what I mean. And then I'll put some brow gel through it as well. But next, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. This is the NYX Blush in Taupe, which is a really good contour shade for my skin tone. So I can't guarantee that, videos will go back to normal and, I'll have a video every week. I just can't guarantee that, especially if I do get another job and I go to full-time. I don't know how that's going to be affected. To be honest, I will be happy when 2016 is over and it is 2017, because this year's been crazy. Then I'm going to bronze my skin. I'm still using my Hourglass Luminous Light Bronze bronzer. I just love it. I love it. And I mean, why not use it all the time, especially when you pay the high price tag that it has. I've just got to be, a little bit careful because it is quite pigmented. If you follow me on my Snapchat, because I pretty much only talk about this on Snapchat. Snapchat right here. Go follow me. I do some exercise classes throughout the week. So I do Body Combat and Body Pump. Now, I don't know if you have this program, the Les Mills program in the States. If you don't, I will explain it to you. So what body pump is it's around like an hour. Both our combat and pump are both hour classes, the ones that I take at least. And they're basically, you have an instructor up the front, and then with pump you have weights. So you're lifting different weights. You have about 10 tracks. So you'll have like a warm-up track, and then each different track will focus on a different part of your body. So it might be back, shoulders, biceps, legs, that sort of thing. And you're just lifting weights and to music, and it's really awesome. My instructor is amazing. She is so she's so uplifting and positive, and too much bronzer on my nose, and just pretty much the dream instructor. So I'm really blessed with that. And then body combat, which she also runs, which is awesome. Is just a whole bunch of, so it's the same system, the same 10 tracks with an instructor, warm up at the start, cool down at the end, and then in the middle is your workout tracks. So you're doing different kinds of martial arts. That's why it's called body combat. So you're not actually, it's non-contact, so you're not punching anyone or anything. You're just doing different, punching moves and uppercuts and, hooks and that sort of thing, and then kicks, and then I love combat. I feel like I could seriously kick someone's butt, if they approached me. But anyway, so I've been doing those classes, combat since the start of the year, and pump probably since maybe May or June. Blush, I'm just going to hold off on blush because my eyes are a little bit more colourful, so I'm not sure what blush on is. With combat, I've been doing those classes, and then as well as my running on the treadmill and that sort of thing. Anyway, back beginning of September, I've had this old injury of my back, this old injury that keeps flaring up, and then moving house, I think I really aggravated it. There's certain moves in pump where I don't think I was holding my core enough, and I injured my back, and it was just an injury that kept going on and on and on. And then in September it got really bad, and then one day my entire lower back just went into spasms. I could barely move. I couldn't stand up straight. My body, my torso just wanted to go forward. I don't know why I went that way. It was like someone was all my muscles in my lower back was going squeezing. Really? They were squeezing really hard, and it just felt horrible. I went to my physiotherapist, and she's like, you know what I think I need to do? I need to do acupuncture. And I was like, whoa, hold up. That escalated quickly. Acupuncture? I've never had acupuncture in my life. First of all, she gave me this sheet of, that I had to sign of what possible things that could happen, different side effects, or, 1 in 10,000 chance of having a collapsed lung. It really did say that. But I talked to my brother about it because he's had acupuncture done by my same physiotherapist. We have the same physiotherapist, that's what I'm trying to say. And he was like, yeah, it hurts for a little bit when the needle goes into a particular really tight muscle, but then afterwards you're fine. And I was like, okay. But then also thinking, my brother doesn't get stressed out or, crazy about anything. He's like the coolest cucumber ever. So this is probably going to freak me out. If you follow me on Snapchat, I actually Snapchatted my acupuncture experience. Wasn't as bad as I thought, although I did work myself up and cried a little bit. And I said to Katie, my physiotherapist, said, don't mind me if I cry. I'm just really nervous. I'm a nervous person. Don't mind me. She's like, oh, it's okay. We everyone has different reactions, and okay, I'm going to put the first needle in. Okay. And I'm like, okay. That's literally what I was doing, like I was having a baby. And Katie's like, okay, I'm putting the first needle in. And boop, okay, it's done. It's all good. Next one. I'm like, that's it? Mind you, she didn't go down deep. I'm just going to interrupt this story with another story. I'm moving on to I'll come back to that acupuncture story in a moment. But I'm moving on to my eyes, and I'm going to use a new product that one of my friends gifted me, which I cried when she gave this to me because it was completely out of the blue, and she knows what crap I've been going through for the past few months, and she just wanted to do something really nice for me, and it just really touched me because this is not a cheap product. This is a by Terry Ombre Black Star in Misty Rock, and I told her about this like back in August last year, I think it was, how much I wanted it. They're over $50 for a little stick, you know, not cheap. And the other day she gave it to me. She's like, I just wanted to bless you and that sort of thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I cried. And meanwhile, our husbands are sitting there like, we've got no idea what's going on. What's going on? Why are they crying? It was quite funny. I mean, you won't be able to see too much being back there, but it's a purple shimmery taupe shade and they are just stunning. So pretty. Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, and I'm going to use Almond Truffle, the shade here. It's like it is like a muted mushroomy purpley taupey shade. Just got that on a 221 Luxe Soft Crease Brush from Zoeva. We can go back to my acupuncture story now. So yeah, like it barely hurt, and then like the days following, it's like each day that my back just got better and better and better. The tension just went away, like no spasms, and it was just miraculous. Like, oh, I was very skeptical of acupuncture. I'm like, how can acupuncture help anything? Like and apparently it had a really good reaction. They say, oh, your back is having a really good reaction to the needles. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Apparently that is when the blood, because when you put acupuncture needles in, it increases the blood flow. So around the needle, it gets quite pink and red, apparently, to show that, you know, blood is flowing through your body. And apparently some people have no reaction at all, and you're kind of like, do you even have blood? So since then, I've had acupuncture 2 more times, and both times she's gone a little bit deeper, and the needles have stung a little bit more, but it's okay because I know what I'm in for, basically. So it's all good. It's all good. I'm just going to take, what is it called? Satin Sheets, the shimmery highlight shade in the Bonbons palette, just on my middle finger, and I'm just going to pop that in my inner tear duct. Such a pretty shade. I had a bit of a cry to Tim last night because I think I twisted my back the wrong way yesterday. It was like raining and I was trying to get groceries in the car, and I think I twisted it slightly wrong. So it was hurting yesterday. It's been fine today. But I said to Tim, I said, why is my back hurting? I'm 27 years old. I'm not in my 50s. Ah! And he's like, well, you know what? It's probably from that crazy amount of dancing that you used to do, which is pretty true. I did a lot of dancing in my younger days, and it was intense, and I had a lot of injuries. So who knows, you know, what happened in my body during dance. Blush. I will use this blush that I was going to earlier. This is Luster from NARS. Does anyone else's dog like to play with empty pot plants? My Phantom will grab a pot plant, you know, practically over his head, and he'll go grrr, and he'll like run around the yard with this pot plant, and he thinks it's the best thing ever. Like, it's so cute, actually. It's really cute, but also like hilarious. He'll play with anything. And then my other dog, Fudge, he'll just sit there and be like, you idiot. For highlighter, I'm going to go back to a classic, and that is my Hourglass Luminate. Seriously, it's not even that. It's incandescent light powder, just there. So I think I've pretty much updated you guys on everything that's been going on. It's been a pretty crazy few months. And then with my back, I'm a little bit hesitant to go back to, because I've had like 3 weeks off any kind of exercise now, so I'm a little bit scared to go back in case I hurt myself again. And eyeliner, doing a little bit of eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Hyper Sharp, really? Okay. Hyper Sharp Wing eyeliner. Really love this one. Mascara. Mascara is my Maybelline Mascara is my Maybelline Lash Sensational. Our wedding anniversary on the 22nd of October. And you know what? This year is 5 years. Unbelievable. We've been married for 5 years, and you know what? It feels like nothing. No way does it feel like 5 years. Like, we've done a lot together in 5 years, you know. And I remember all those things, but it doesn't feel like all those things happened in 5 years. Like feels like it happened yesterday. So we're hoping, no, we're not hoping, we are. We are going away for the weekend because it actually falls on a Saturday, which is awesome. So we're going to go to the beach, probably back to the town where Tim actually proposed to me, which is Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, if you're familiar. I'll link above my proposal story because I've actually done a whole video on that. The only thing left is lips. And I don't know, what should I do? Okay, so for my lips, I'm going to use a good classic one that goes with everything, every kind of look that I've done. That is my MAC Viva Glam 2 lipstick. This one is like a mauvey nude, and it really suits my skin tone well because it's not orange, it's more on the mauve side. And that is my makeup for today, and that concludes this chit chat, get ready with me, catch up / where have I been for the past month. If you've made it this far with me, then brownie points to you. I love you. Thank you so much. I hope this video has answered a lot of questions for you guys. Obviously, I couldn't share absolutely everything just for privacy reasons. But, you know, we all go through hard times. We all go through hard years. And this one's just been a bit difficult and a bit challenging for me. And I think next year is going to be really awesome. Next year, I've just decided right now, I'm going in early. Next year is going to be awesome. I'm claiming it. But thank you for watching this video, guys. I will see you sometime in the future in my next video. Bye.